Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back once again, or for the very first time, to the Farts and Crap Show, where today it's your host, Danjo. I'm going to be doing a breakdown, analysis, and reaction of the Horizon Forbidden West gameplay reveal, state of play, the PlayStation state of play for Horizon Forbidden West, the gameplay portion. Now, when this started, which was 9 a.m. Pacific time on May 27th on the PlayStation YouTube channel, people were very upset for many hours. Some people knew exactly what was up because of the thumbnail, which was very, very tiny. But if you actually like blew up the thumbnail, you could actually read the thing that the gameplay part was going to start at 2 p.m. Pacific time. But a ton of people that dropped in were just like, what is this? This is not gameplay. Because they did just kind of do 5 hours of different atmospheric shots. And yeah, so in the first like hour or two, they garnered like 2,000 dislikes or something like that. And right off the bat, there were like 60,000 people that tuned in. After an hour, that dropped to about 20,000 people. And eventually, now it's had 2.5 million views in a day. So it did. A lot of people have seen this, but I have some specific thoughts about this whole thing. So I'm just kind of going to go through it. And they have like 8 minutes of fluff at the end. So I'm just going to play it, pause it at certain points, kind of go into detail about things that they don't, and also just, reaction commentary, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and do it.
Easy, easy. It's okay. You're safe now. Right here. Wait, what happened? Where's Erend?
Ambush. Ruins are crawling with raiders. They hit our camp hard. We ran and they chased us down. Aaron was away from camp. Scouting. I bet he's still out there.
What was that?
Raiders got machines on their side. Claw striders. You should go after Aaron. If they find him before you do, who knows what they'll do to him.
No, you're injured. I have to...
Don't worry about me. I'll make my own way out. Get going.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are raiders doing in these ruins? I hope Erend is...
Okay, first off, that transition from cinematic to gameplay, and actually all of the transitions they've shown between cinematic and gameplay, are so well done. I mean, at the time when Horizon Zero Dawn released in 2017, it was also incredible, for those transitions and how seamless a lot of them were. However, Horizon Zero Dawn did catch some flack at the time for a lot of like conversations um, in-game engine that just didn't look very good, very stiff, not very well animated when compared to main story sequences and cinematics and stuff like that. So it seems like that's something they have addressed, which I think is pretty great. This is obviously like a few years. They haven't set in stone exactly how, as far as I know, how much after Horizon Zero Dawn this takes place in. But based on the character interactions, it seems like it's been a handful of years, maybe like 3 or 5. And they've introduced a lot of new elements throughout this video, so let's get right back to it.
Okay. Uh-oh. Raiders? Riding machines? This is not good. Better be careful. There might be more. Yep, another one. I need to get clear. That was close. I can't shake him. Up we go. Maybe I can lose him in here. These guys won't give up.
Okay. This is another thing too. They kind of explain this later, but when Aloy gets into this area and then turns on her focus, it highlights in yellow all of the kind of climbable surfaces, surfaces you can interact with. And it seems like throughout the rest of this video, the like X's on certain spots like that you can actually grapple to from a certain distance. And this is so cool, as well as like a bunch of the other mechanics that they introduce that were not in the original game. One of the things that was slightly confusing is the HUD is very different from the first game, and they don't really explain what like the different bars are, that sort of thing. It's a very different looking HUD from the first game, which definitely was more cluttered. So I'm assuming, from what I can tell in this throughout this video, the orange bar at the top seems to be Aloy's health, and the bottom one seems to be some kind of mana reserve in a way, and different abilities I'm guessing will have cooldown like they did in the God of War reboot, that are just like unlocked through skill trees, and then, you know, similarly to that, there are other elements that return, like the weapons wheel, crafting wheel thing from the first game. A lot of the same movements as you've seen with the jumping and climbing and dodge roll. And there's just so much cool stuff to unpack here. So let's go ahead and get back to it.
Layout is down! More machines. Better go under. Oh, don't mind me. Current's strong here.
Okay, this is incredible. The sheer amount of underwater exploration. This is kind of exactly what people have been talking about that they're hoping for with Breath of the Wild 2, right? It's just there's so much water, but you can't swim aside from swimming across the top of the water, which you could do in both Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn. And they have confirmed that like swimming underwater, there's no air gauge. You can just swim as long as you want to. But there are like traversal elements, which seems very cool. And I'm guessing, as they're implying here, you can still there is underwater combat. I'm assuming because you can still aggro different enemies underwater. And then as they showed that like little yellow thing that Aloy grabbed onto and then kind of launched to the other side, like through the strong current, um, there are probably going to be like environmental puzzle elements like that throughout the underwater sections. And just with how gorgeous the underwater is and how beautifully done the animations are for both Aloy swimming, all the flora and fauna, like her hair, just like with the different like underwater physics, it just looks incredible. And yeah, it's just this is such a win, like in my opinion. Let's get right back to it.
I have friends, okay? I'm not just the ones you slaughtered. But when they come looking for me, there's gonna be trouble. You guys wouldn't be laughing if I had my hammer.
Enough! Get moving!
I gotta help Erend and deal with that tremor tusk.
bandits were here. Then we'll head for the old bridge and meet up with the others.
Will do.
Yeah, got it.
This must be Aaron's camp. Raiders made short work of it.
Filthy Oseram.
I'm gonna take you out. You think you can hurt me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Alright. Now that's another thing they kind of address later, but they don't really explain. And you may notice the purple bar is like depleted now. And I believe was it actually depleting during that time. Let's check that again.
You think you can hurt me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so it was fully depleted when Aloy used the ability, and then part of the bar came back after that shot, where it kind of had the closing rings and then timing the shot to kind of be the finisher, I guess, in a way. And of course, during the blast, like you may notice the different pieces of armor the enemies are wearing, kind of like light up a bit as they are being damaged. Very similar to in the first game, how that same mechanic worked, and you had the different types of weapons to kind of break off pieces of armor. Seems like a lot of that's being reworked into this unique ability, and I'm guessing this is like early game content, maybe even the beginning of the game. So something that Aloy starts with, probably. So I'm guessing there's going to be like different varieties and like upgrades to this sort of thing. And it looks very interesting, much more dynamic. It gives the player much more reason to actually use the spear. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I play Horizon Zero Dawn, I mainly stick to the bow. Like I switch between the two different bow, the sharpshooter, sharp shot, and the hunter bow, which it looks like Aloy's using the hunter bow here. But yeah, I didn't really use the spear much at all, except for some of the, I guess, finishers on like downed enemies and stuff like that. But this seems like a really great way to kind of reinvigorate the combat system. So,
All right, back to the hunt. Raiders said they were heading for the old bridge. Maybe I can cut them off. Better get to higher ground, find a way. There's the bridge. I think I know a way to get there fast.
Okay, again, with the comparison to Breath of the Wild, Aloy has a paraglider now, which is pretty great. It seems more like the parachute though in Shadow of the Colossus, where it's mostly just for slowing the landing, so you can jump from very high areas rather than like horizontal traversal. But this is great because I can't tell you how many times in Horizon Zero Dawn I've been way high up. I've been like, man, I have to find a rappel point or carefully climb back down. It's like if I could just like, if there wasn't fall damage, I would just love to jump, but I would really love to glide back down. Um, but again, another really great traversal tool, in my opinion, and this is shaping up to be awesome. Like, yeah.
Gotta be careful. That should do it. Help's on the way, Erend.
Aloy?
Aloy! Watch out! They are Predators!
Erend, stay put! I'll handle this!
I have her!
Got ya!
Man down!
Fire cannon! Gotta keep moving.
Bring us around! Taking course!
Fire now!
Coming!
That must have hurt.
Fire!
Fall back! I have to stay ahead of it. Gotta slow you down. Fire that thing! Hold on! Oh, here he comes.
Bring us around!
Time to hit back.
Get me ready!
We're under fire! Oh, didn't like that, did you? Time to finish this.
Aloy!
Yeah, just the whole dynamic of ah the new battle system just looks so good. I also noticed the exploding spear things, which might also be a reference to Shadow of the Colossus, which it just tickles me in a great way. I love it. Um, yeah, all the new tools like the adhesive grenade things, like the way they use the environment, like with the grapples and the jumps and just the gliding and it's just everything. It's so good, so good. Like every like machine has hopefully has a like strategy for taking it down, right? So like the mounted, whatever they call the elephant things, how you have to take off the mounts first and break that because like the weak point is on the underside, um, and like when it you know is free, it does like the up on the hind legs thing. Just ah, so good. And the animations just gorgeous, like from the sand and the water. It's just it looks so good.
Glad to see me?
You bet. I owe you another one.
Come on.
But this time, I have a present for you. I found it, Aloy. Huh? What'd you send me for? Right before the raiders got me.
You did good. Now, let's see where this thing will take us.
You always said a storm was coming.
Yeah. And it's almost here.
All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Um, to me, yeah, this looks incredible. I mean, the fact that we're gonna have like all these underwater areas, like just the animations, the new story, the new environments, um, the new like battle mechanics, the new minimalistic HUD, I think is great. I'm hoping some of those, just like all the HUD elements, are going to be customizable, preferably. And I mean the grapples, the paraglider thing. I can't remember. They said there's a name for it. I don't remember. But it sounds like to me like these are all going to be abilities just Aloy has at the beginning of the game. Different tools at your disposal, or maybe there's going to be a Breath of the Wild style tutorial where you slowly get each thing and you have to like um, go through these different environmental puzzles to kind of like learn how they work and stuff like that. That would be great. And just everything about this looks top notch. Now, they still don't have release date, I don't think. This is like the breakdown of they kind of just like talk about some of the stuff that I've already talked about. No, it doesn't look like they have any kind of indication for release date. But let's see. I'm sure people on the internet have talked about it. Still doesn't have a release date. There we go. Scheduled for 2021. Maybe October? Last summer according to a recent leak, that's the only information I can find. Apparently Guerrilla Games did say the release date will be revealed very soon. So I guess we'll just have to keep our ears to the ground for that one. But October seems plausible. Definitely seems plausible to me. I mean, the game looks very polished at this point, so I'm guessing they just have some QA and testing to do before, like, you know, preparing to roll it out. This might even be the gold build. They're probably just like testing it for bugs at this point. But I mean, October sounds about right. Sounds about right. It's about 5 months away. At most, I guess. But yeah, that was it, guys. State of play for Horizon Forbidden West. Gameplay reveal. 5 hours of build up was a little excessive, in my opinion. But yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool. Like I've said before, Horizon Zero Dawn was one of my favorite games to ever be PlayStation 4 exclusive. And I mean, they had some real bangers, like Nier Automata, God of War, this one, Shadow of the Colossus, and yeah, this looks absolutely stellar and mostly done, which is pretty cool because we don't really have a lot of info on like PS5 games. But we got Summer Games Fest and E3 to look forward to. There's probably going to be a lot more things to be revealed. And I've been considering like making videos about kind of the stuff that interests me in that vein of things. So if these videos do well, expect more of them. I'll definitely talk about all that. And sorry I haven't done a Pokemaniac update for a while. I haven't really heard anything since that last Pokemon Presents. Just kind of what everybody else is waiting for, you know, Gen 4 remakes and more info on Legends Arceus or whatever. And but yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Hope you all have a beautiful day. Thanks for stopping by. Many blessings on your journey, whatever it might be, and until next time, take care.